Hello everyone, this is Dale Collins from the Bader Collins Associates of Berger Real Estate down in Ocean City. Today I'm going to quickly go over what a buyer or seller can expect to incur in regards to settlement charges if they're buying a property in town. The example I'm going to use is a second floor condo that was sold in mid-December of 2014. So starting up here quickly in the left-hand column, line 101, the sale price was $965,000. I'm going to skip this next line. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Line 106, taxes are paid to the city quarterly, and the seller paid their taxes in advance up until January 1st, 2015. So since we settled in mid-December, there was a credit from the buyer to the seller to cover that charge for $445. The next two, 109 and 110, these are insurances. If you're talking about a basic liability hazard policy, which is this master condo insurance, you're on $1 million sale, you're talking ballpark roughly $1,800 or so. The master flood policy they took out from mid-December to August 31st, which was a whopping $200. Given your elevation, most properties in town are in an A7 zone, which is one of the lowest flood rates you can have, but that depends on exactly what part of the island you're on. If you're talking about a duplex condominium, you can expect roughly $600 or $700 a year in flood insurance, and obviously if you're just buying one floor, that's divided by two. This next item, line 201, was their deposit for the property, and then the $772,000 was their loan amount. So I'm just going to flip over to the next page. This is going to break down the buyer and seller charges. If you're looking over towards the right of the page, there's two columns. There's a buyer's column and there's a seller's column. So starting with the buyer's column, the first couple of charges are lender charges and escrows. This 370, 108, 775, 1447, 668. These are all lender fees and escrows. So there's an appraisal that was actually paid at a closing, $400, and there's some other things. But this will vary depending upon your bank and what your purchase price is. Moving down to lines 1101 and 1103. These are title insurance costs. The title insurance is regulated by the state of New Jersey, so these costs should not vary depending upon what company you use. And also for $1 million purchase, this is relatively inexpensive. So moving down to the final charges. Government recording charge, $350. That's recording your deed and your condominium documents to the county. Line 1306, termite inspection, $50. Most lenders do require a buyer to have the property checked for termites. And the last line here, first quarter taxes to Ocean City, $1961. So the buyer's tally on a $965,000 price tag is $9203 and change. Going up to the seller charges, obviously the largest charge, I hate to say it, sellers, is your realty commission. In this circumstance, the commission was 5% off $965,000, which is $48,250. The next charge is closing fee, $150. Another closing fee, $11. Next, you have the seller transfer tax, $9,169. That is to the state of New Jersey. It's generally 1% of the purchase price. It's on a sliding scale, so it's not exactly 1%, but rough ballpark figures, it's right around 1%. There is also a buyer's transfer tax on any purchase over $1 million. That's 1% of the total purchase price over $1 million, which is added. Anything $999 or under, you do not have to pay the buyer transfer tax, aka mansion tax or millionaire tax. Next two charges, they hired an attorney, and a $100 charge is for the certificate of occupancy to Ocean City. That's a municipal inspection. They come to the property to check and make sure that you have a fire extinguisher in your kitchen, your smoke alarms work, you've got a carbon monoxide detector, and if the property was built beyond 1996, they check the ground level area to make sure that it coincides with the blueprints, meaning if you have a storage room that you've converted into a habitable space, that is illegal, that you're technically out of zone. So they are taking digital pictures of that ground level area down there, and they're recording those pictures into their server. So if you do buy a property and then convert it, when you do go and sell and the inspectors come back, they will have a digital photograph of what the ground level look like. So just a heads up on that. Final tally here for the seller. Line 1400 is 58,129. So there it is in a nutshell. Buyer and seller charges. It is subject to change based upon your lender and the purchase price and etc. So if you guys have any questions about other title fees, lender fees, realty fees, please feel free to call me anytime. The best way to get me is my cell phone, and that is 609-548-1539, and my email is dale@dalecollins.com. Have a great week.